Hello everybody, and just here and welcome back to Shield Hero Season 2, Episode 6. This episode, thankfully I avoided any spoilers, but I did hear that people were hyping it out a little bit because apparently some different stuff was brought on board. So I am excited but cautious, to say the least, because I was excited for this season as a whole, and as of yet, it hasn't exactly exceeded my expectations. But perhaps from episode 6 onwards, everything is going to be much better, and my ass will be officially blown. We'll see. I don't know. Another thing, I'm recording with a ring light. I went out and bought one, finally. I was putting it off. I was looking for like the best ring light for the money, and maybe this with 160 LED, maybe this one with 140 LED, maybe this one, maybe that one. I went out to do some shopping today. I noticed the ring light, and I just impulse bought it, and now it's here. Of course, there's still some daylight outside, so its true test will be when it's dark, when it's night time. But if you ever wonder where your Patreon money goes, it goes there. It goes towards ring lights and stuff like that. Now I still have no mount for it. I'm gonna have to buy. The cheapest option is a boom arm. Oddly enough, the exact same boom arm I'm using for my mic. So it is what it is. If you want details, join my Discord. I'm talking about it over there. And if you want to support me, you can also join my Patreon link in the description, and your money will be well spent, I guarantee. But let's not talk about that. Let's talk about the anime we're watching. Let's talk about Shield Hero, and about episode 5 in particular. Uh, we just immediately split with Glass's group. I don't know if we're ever gonna happen upon them again. We probably will, but I don't know if it's gonna happen anytime soon. Glass is looking cute in her new clothes and with her new hairstyle. Naofumi's group tried to kill the heart. The Glass's group tried to kill the heart. Apparently, it's not enough because the tortoise has a whole ass control room, and it has some hourglass on board, and it has a control room where the book dude is and is controlling it. And apparently, what's her face? The familiar girl isn't really a familiar of the tortoise. She is the tortoise, so that's another revelation. Apparently, if they kill her, the tortoise also dies. So I don't know how they are gonna solve it. I'm assuming now Fumi's gonna try to save her somehow. I don't know how. I've absolutely no clue how is it possible, but perhaps he has some familiar capture shield or something that allows him to take other creatures familiars as his own, an evolution of his slave shield or something like that. Wouldn't surprise me, and I honestly wouldn't mind that much either. What else? That's essentially it. The tortoise is now regenerating, if not being regenerated fully. I think by the end of the previous episode, it actually like fully regenerated. So the clock's ticking, and they have to stop it and do it very, very soon. How exactly? I have no clue. They're gonna have to fight the book hero, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. They're gonna have to fight the book hero, take control over the tortoise, and maybe seal it back up to not destroy it so that it remains a contingency plan. I don't know. Or maybe after the book dude is dead, they can destroy the tortoise finally. But how? Cutting off its head, destroying its heart didn't work. What else can they do? Destroy the hourglass it has within it? I I have absolutely no idea. I really don't, so I guess let's just watch this episode and just see what happens, right? There's no point creating some weird, wild predictions if we can just see exactly what happens, right? And let's do just that. Let's watch episode 6 of Shield Hero Season 2, version by subs, please, as usual. And let's do it in 3, 2, 1, go. Ost. I guess, yeah. Then again, if the tortoise is under your control, why isn't Ost? Since Ost is the tortoise, right? So. Okay, so what can actually kill it? Seven-star heroes? Or is this the thing they need to destroy? Yeah, it's covered in shield, so of course it's the thing they have to do. Yeah. uh, oh, the Three Stooges. Yeah, please do. I guess the tortoise is built in CCTV, or it's. I think it might be the book dude's power. Oh, Fitoria! Chicken ex machina. And the tortoise is drawn. The tortoise is. And Fitoria isn't CG. Is that what people were hyping up? Tortoise versus Fitoria, not in CG. She came over to save your ass. Okay. You take the heart. Yeah. Oh. Glass? Glass and her team. Yep, it's Bozo. I mean, he's not wrong. I mean, he's not wrong. He's not exactly wrong. They are gonna destroy this world anyway. Interesting. Okay, now Fumi and his team fighting side by side with Glass's team yet again. Of course you do. I'm glad he officially called them three heroic stooges. I'd probably don't. I probably wouldn't use the heroic, but it's mostly a correct description. Yeah, grazed. True, because she not only has to fight, but she also has to protect all of you. Yeah, makes actually perfect sense. I like it. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. Gravity manipulation? Yeah, the thing that Ost was using. He can use souls. Odd that Ost is influenced by the powers of the tortoise. You'd think she'd be immune, since it's essentially her power, right? Sudden power burst. Okay, who's gonna get a power burst? Naofumi and his rage shield again? Whomst? Rishya! Rishya! Okay. Did she master the art of chi or whatever it is? And is able to stand up because of that? Yeah, good question. You're also weak. You're also wuss. Okay. Hmm. Wakarimasu. Okay. Is this like the her key power or chi power, whatever, that's circling around her? Oh, well, that was unexpected, but not unwelcome. Yeah, I mean, you certainly don't look weak. I'd like to know that as well. Kill me? Nope. A spirit tortoise shield? Is that how he's gonna be able to save Ost? By like binding her to his shield or something like that? A mass cleanse, right? Yep. Essentially an AoE cleanse. World's most powerful magic? What? Like cleansing magic? What's Rishia doing meanwhile? Your opponent is me, Rishia. Yep. Key. Okay, key. Yeah, probably. It's probably her key. And why is he fighting in close combat? I mean, he's best when he uses summons and stuff like that. It's a wizard fighting melee. I mean, don't get me wrong, I fucking love the concept of a battle mage, but just like that. Okay, so Risha is using her key to enhance her strikes, I'm assuming. She's not using magic, she's using key. Bakamitai. Just like that. Please don't surrender. Please don't surrender. We need some good old fashioned killing in this show. Skip the first step, go for the second, please. Can we have someone fucking die in this show? She mastered it. So you have to block it. Just please don't sacrifice yourself. Don't do something stupid like that. And what's that? Oh, casters are helping her. I mean, yeah, they can't really like fight melee, but people can support them. Can support Vittoria from distance, taking off her limiter or something. It's providing a distraction. I mean, that's enough. Vittoria can now take off its head. Okay, there goes the head. Now time for the heart. This looks like that tomato from Berserk. The heart. Now destroy it. Now destroy it. Destroy it. This. I told you to destroy it. I told you to destroy it. You didn't listen. You didn't listen. That's on you. Of course, he can use some weird MacGuffin. Rage shield? Or the tortoise shield? Rage shield. Okay. I mean, you can control the rage shield at will by now, so it shouldn't be an issue, should it? Oh, the blood dragon thing. Okay, okay. Okay. So he can unleash his hatred only on targets that he actually hates. And since he doesn't hate Ost, he can't use it to kill Ost. But don't you have hatred for this dude? I mean, at least take him out of the picture. Right? I mean, killing him has to be net positive. Spirit Tortoise Heart Shield. It it's a fucking Red Bull. It gives you wings. It's an it's a turret. It's a turret. It's a fucking turret emplacement. Okay. Naofumi now has a turret. There goes any pretense of the shield ever being just a shield and not being an actual weapon. There goes the whole gimmick. He has a fucking turret now. Ah, it's so dumb. I love it. For a moment, I thought Naofumi is gonna transform into fucking Gundam suit, but no, it's just a turret. Ah, Now kill the book dude. When are you gonna kill him? Of course. Raspberry and pomegranate. He has the rest in this weird vial. And he's gonna use it for his nefarious purposes. Because you didn't kill him when you had the chance. Shoot him, stab him, slice him, burn him. Something, anything. Now you're reacting, now that he's gone. Great reaction time, you couldn't be a tennis player. Yeah, I don't understand either. You now have the turret. Well, you don't seem dead. Sorrow? Okay, please do. Nobody in this world apparently likes killing. Huh, he can't go. Oh! The Four Cardinal Heroes cannot invade other worlds. Special permission. Uh, what's gonna happen with the waves in this world, though? Okay. Thank you, Rishia. Naofumi will probably be able to summon you with his shield. Let's be honest here. I don't think it's the last we see of Ost. I really don't. Okay, that's an interesting side effect. So that's the end of the Tortoise arc. Now we're entering some Book Dude arc. Okay, Infinite Labyrinth. Sure, sure. Why not? I'm down for some Infinite Labyrinth. Maybe they'll be able to find, like, God World Magic or whatever the fuck it was called in Arifureta. They could use it. Uh, Genuinely a decent episode. Not, like, mind-blowing by any stretch of the imagination, but genuinely nice. So let's go through it again. How about that? Start and pause. Yeah, if she was a familiar, she would be under my control. Well, the tortoise is under his control, so I would assume Ost also is under his control, since Ost is the tortoise. So that's kind of weird. Perhaps it was explained better in the source material. I have no way of knowing because I'm not familiar with the source material. You'll need to destroy the head, the heart at once, and then you can destroy the real heart. Sure, of course. There's always some additional complications, aren't they? He's using Three Stooges for a supply of souls. Well, not really the Three Stooges. He's using their weapons because their weapons are much more valuable than the heroes themselves. They're not even gonna get a speaking role, are they? I mean, okay, I guess they said some things by like the beginning of the series, but they're just stuck and probably unconscious by now. I like that Vittore is drawn. Now, don't get me wrong. Again, the rest of the animation and the art in this episode is kinda junky at times. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Some like head movements are super weird at times. Some facial expressions. You can see that it's not like, I don't know, Mushko Tensei budget. You can see that. Of course you can. But I appreciate that Vittoria is drawn. Vittoria is 2D, no less. In the first season, I don't think we've ever seen like 2D Vittoria. I think every time she appeared, she was CG. Now, she's actually drawn. What's more, the tortoise is also drawn. The few times that Vittoria clashes with it. See? You can do it. You can draw it. Right? And see how good it looks. Just sure, the house in the top right corner is just a square and a trapezoid, but does it need to be like fully rendered? No. Can you tell it's a house? More or less, because you know that they visited the village on the back of the tortoise. So you know that it's probably a house. It's drawn and it looks good. And Vittoria is drawn and she looks good. This attack is drawn and it looks good. You clearly can do it. So, and even here, the tortoise is drawn. It's 2D. It's like background style 2D, background art style, but it's not CG. That's what matters. Sure, it's a little bit jarring where they go from the tortoise looking like this to the tortoise looking like like this, like it was looking in the wide shot, right? Where is it? Where's the wide shot of the tortoise? Here, right? Sure, ever so slightly jarring, but I still prefer it over CG. And that makes me think that for some godforsaken reason, the reason why this season is so janky looking at times is because of the budget. It's not because of the lack of time. I mean, the show was delayed. And they knew that this show is greenlit pretty much right after season 1 ended. They knew that there's gonna be season 2, and they knew that there's gonna be season 3. So they had ample time for pre-production, production, and post-production. And yet they still delayed, so they got even more time. So the only issue there can be is budget. And I don't know why. I don't know why. I mean, the first season was critically acclaimed, right? Some people hated it, sure, but there isn't a single anime that doesn't get hate from at least some people. People people hate fucking Dragon Maid. How can you hate Dragon Maid? But people do. So, but overall, season 1 was well received and critically acclaimed. I'm guessing they tried riding on the coattails of the IP, essentially. Season 1 was received well, so now even if season 2 is utter garbage, people are still gonna watch it because people are hyped, because people want more. They did essentially what they did with One Punch Man. Season 1 was great, it was amazing, people loved it. Season 2 was a slideshow and sliding PNGs because they tried to ride on the coattails of the IP. And I guess it makes sense from like a purely business standpoint, but it only makes sense to the point where you know that there is a second season, that a second season is greenlit. It doesn't make sense when the third season is also greenlit, right? Because if you make good season 1 and then you make whatever season 2 and people are disillusioned with it and they don't really trust you anymore and they don't really want more after season 2, whatever, you get greenlit for season 2, doubtful you'd get greenlit for season 3, but you got your money, you got everything you needed, right? Everything's fine. But they've been greenlit for season 3. And here's my question: who's gonna be excited for season 3 if season 2 is bad? Right? I know I probably won't. Season 2 isn't, like absolutely horrible. It's not, I don't know what was like a bad anime. The fucking CG one. I even forgot its name, but it looked worse than red, white, blue, yellow, or whatever the extension of RY RW YB or whatever is. You know the show. Atrocious CG, atrocious movements, atrocious everything. It's not this bad. It's not like Arifureta season 1 bad, but by any stretch. But it's not Shield Hero season 1 good. So I'm not gonna expect season 3 to be mind blowing. I'm gonna come into season 3 with tempered expectations. Perhaps I'm even gonna skip it if there's more like seasonals that are more worth watching. And I might watch season 3 as a non-seasonal when we have a dry season. I'm not gonna be excited for season 3, but you let me know after what you've seen so far in season 2. Now, mind you, it's not done yet. Are you excited for season 3 right now as it is? I'm not. I'm not. I'm gonna watch it because I like Shield Hero, I like the characters here, I somewhat like the stories, I like the world, and I would want more. But it's not gonna be, hype, 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 hype. It's not gonna be a hype train. Absolutely not. So, why the decision to give less budget to season 2? If you have a season 3 incoming? That's incomprehensible to me. Perfectly honest. I probably wouldn't be a great businessman because I'm assuming it makes sense from like a business standpoint. You make season 1 good, you milk the rest of the money there is to the IP through season 2, you cancel season 3 or you sell season 3 rights to some other studio, and you can buy a second yacht. Probably. Honestly, wouldn't surprise me if the rights to season 3 were sold to another studio. And I think I would even be more hyped for season 3 if they did sell it to another studio. Interesting. Interesting how that goes. Spirit Tortoise must have realized that I can no longer fulfill my original function. Philolial Queen, the other heroes. He's right. I can't believe I'm saying it, but he's right. We're gonna destroy this world anyway. This world is gonna die. All of its inhabitants will die. Because of us. Why not harvest this world in advance? What difference does it make if people in this world die now, or they die in 2 years when we destroy this whole entire world? What difference does it make? If we do it now, we can at least get some souls, get some power to help save our world. He's not wrong. And it is kinda hypocritical of them to be like, no, we must save the souls of this world so that we can destroy it later. We don't want the people of this world to suffer. We want them to be here to witness their world becoming dead and shattered. It does make them hypocrites. Now, mind you, my overarching theory for Shield Hero, I doubt we're gonna get to it in season 2. I doubt we're gonna get to it in season 3. I doubt the light novels are there as of yet. Unless the light novels are finished, then maybe. But my overarching theory is that they will band together. Glass's team, Naofumi's team, perhaps heroes of some yet another world, and they will rise up to whatever cosmic transdimensional power it is that causes the waves and causes the worlds to die and to collapse. And they will somehow solve this great, huge, endless and nameless kind of situation so that the worlds can exist in harmony and none of these worlds is threatened anymore. That's my current theory for how the overarching story of the whole show is eventually gonna go. So it makes sense from like a long-term storytelling perspective that they will want to save those souls because they will stick around and ultimately they will not destroy this world. So it makes sense, but as it is right here, right now, it does make them hypocrites. I'm not gonna disagree with the book dude here. I really am not gonna disagree. He does have a point. I'm not a slave to my vassal weapon unlike you, and he does what he does despite the vassal weapon telling him not to. He's forcefully cracking that book open and using its powers, even though the book itself doesn't want to be used. That's very interesting. That's a very interesting tidbit because could also one more thing before I go further. One more thing. Okay, go back. Crackles of electricity. Right? When Naofumi grabs a weapon that isn't his shield, there are also crackles of electricity. Because he's doing something that the weapon doesn't want him to do. Same here. He's doing something his book doesn't want him to do. Could, technically, potentially, Naofumi also power through the zap and just grab that weapon and just not let it go. Could he possibly do it? So far, I thought that the power of cardinal weapons is absolute. Basically, you can't take another weapon, and that's that. That's final. But if he can go against his cardinal weapon, could other heroes also do that? That introduces some very interesting potential plot points. That's an interesting scene. That's an interesting scene because it's mostly a sliding PNG, but there are some moving parts to it. Right? The legs are moving, the hair is moving, but the rest of Raphtalia is just a sliding PNG. Philo is entirely a sliding PNG, except her hair and except her legs. Kinda half and a half, not like a full animation, but also not a sliding PNG. I like it. Hitsuki-sama! I need their power to make my own personal giant monster movie too. He's from Japan, confirmed. Yet another alternative version of it. Yes, on the retreat. That's a good call. Vittoria can't go all out when if she also has to be saving other people. That's a very common theme, right? It was even in Dragon Maid when Toru was fighting Iruru. I'm going to hurry up and destroy the head. I'll open the path. No, you will not, because I control the tortoise, and you are the tortoise, and I don't control you, but the power of the tortoise does control you. Kinda weird, but I understand why they did it, for dramatic purpose. It's the power of the souls. Of course he's a piece of shit. Why would he not be? And Risha, the hero of this episode, just casually standing up. Just casually standing up. I'm weak. I'm a wuss. I can't do anything. You're the same. You're not amazing at all. You need to use other people's powers because your own power is shit. I know that you're actually weak. That's why you pretend to be strong. And she doesn't need the Kigurumi. She doesn't. Or Kirigumi, or whatever the word for it is. She just... Damn. You'd think she's the sword hero. Calling it now. Risha is actually more powerful than Rem, whatever the name of the sword hero is. Actually, I'm gonna note it down. I don't think it's gonna be like actually mentioned explicitly in the show, but I'm gonna note it down. Why not? Risha more powerful than Ren. There we go. We'll see. Oh, I can already see one theory that can be crossed out in orange. The book dude is stealing souls. Tortoise was a... Can I actually cross it out in orange? Because I had a theory that there was the counter of 7, right? And I had a theory that the book dude was taking all of the souls to himself, and only 7 was left to the tortoise. But now I don't know. Because the book dude was taking the souls to himself, collecting them in that vial. But was there only 7 souls left for the tortoise? Or was there more? I'm gonna leave it unmarked, actually. Okay. Risha the badass, the hero of the story. But I'll never lose to somebody like you. I'm a weakling, but I have standards. I'm weak, but at least I have a moral compass. I like it. And Naofumi now gets the Spirit Tortoise powers. Sever the loss of reality, bind them together, and make them spit out the pus within. That make like a great black metal lyrics.
Sever the laws of reality. Bind them together and make them spit out the past within.
Just add some riffs on top. You have my permission to use it. I give you the power of this spirit tortoise. I take it upon myself. Yeah, repeat, repeat. It's a chorus. It's repeated by Naofumi now. It's a chorus, confirmed. It's a black metal song they're reciting. And he has a cleanse. This world's most powerful magic. Why? Why is that? I wonder. This world's most powerful magic is the magic that cleanses status effects very uncommon? I think I've seen a plot like that somewhere. Might have been a manga, might have been an anime. That like support magic, like cleanses, was very uncommon. Can't remember where for the life of me. But if it was the case, it would be actually very interesting. Have we seen examples of like cleansing magic? I think every single example of a cleansing magic that wasn't just direct damage, I think the only example was actually Naofumi. Or was he even using cleansing magic? I'm not entirely sure. But it would be certainly interesting if magic that cleanses debuffs was like one of the most powerful ones. Certainly an interesting plot point. Now go. Your opponent is me, Rishia the Badass. The real sword hero. I can talk with Vittoria. And yeah, is that what the old lady meant by manipulating ki? Probably. Rishia isn't a mage. Rishia uses ki. She's a spell sword. Yeah, she's a spell sword. I like it. I like Rishia now. What? I like Rishia now. I really do. That's a very interesting archetype. And that also explains why she was so weak in Itsuki's party. I think in Itsuki's party she was either a fighter or a mage, and neither of those is a role that she was meant for. She is a fighter, yes, but only if she enhances her fighting skills and her weapon and whatnot with ki. Mage, she's not a real mage. She's not using magic. She's using ki. So whatever her role in Itsuki's party was, it wasn't this, which explains why she was so weak. Now that she learned how to control ki, and now that she got a little bit of a boost in self-confidence and whatnot, she's gonna become an asset. She's gonna become an asset in Shield Heroes party. And you know what? Itsuki wants her back, but she says no. I'm calling it now. Itsuki wants Rishia back, but she says no. Oh, that would be a sweet moment to see. I have a twisted mind and love to lie and deceive people. You needed to try and take hostages at this point because she can just casually break them out. And she's like a totally different person. Yes, actually. That change, however awesome it is also very abrupt and also very out of nowhere. Now, okay, I understand that the change was brought about because Rishia felt she was in dire straits and she had no choice. She had to do it to survive, yada yada yada. When people are under stress, they can lift a car and whatnot. I understand, but doesn't change the fact that it was very abrupt. And I would like some additional explanation, and I would like to know whether it's a permanent change within Rishia, or is it just a serious mode that she enters, and she'll be back to her old goofy self after she gets some sleep. Interesting. Interesting where they go with Rishia. Please kill me. Destroy me to the end. We're getting some fight by Therese, some fight by Glass. That's a very nice scene. I like that Queen's people are helping with like long range multi-caster, multi-chant magic. I was about to say when they were running away, when they were retreating, that sure she can retreat the ground troops, but the mages and the sappers and maybe even the archers and siege weapons, they can still support Vitoria. Maybe not siege weapons because there is a risk of hitting Vitoria, but like mages. And what do you know? Mirelia Q Merlomarc has a like mind. Great minds think alike and whatnot. And yeah, she. Yeah, I was wondering how will Vitoria ever be able to destroy the head of the spirit tortoise because it's big. The head is bigger than her. She's probably the size of like the eye of the tortoise. But all that was needed is for Vitoria to distract it, to make a hole in its neck so that it can't control the flow of mana properly or whatever, and the mages can just destroy the head. I like it. I like that although Vitoria was a Deus Ex Machina, don't get me wrong, she absolutely was a Deus Ex Machina, she wasn't the one to deal the final blow. I like it. If she was a Deus Ex Machina and she dealt the final blow, that'd be just a little too much. Also, I just noticed something on Therese. I want to go back a little bit. She's taking off the headband, right, and uncovers her jewel. That's actually something I noticed only now. I didn't know she has a jewel embedded in her head. That's interesting. Is it like a racial trait? Is she like a gem person or something? Or I don't know. Here I thought it's just lighting, but no. Both the gem and her hair change color to red. She enters sicko mode. But here, her headband is gone from the forehead, but pieces of it are left in her hair. I have to point it out. Little bit of an animation error. Now, in the grand scheme of things, is it like the worst thing they did? No, but I have to point it out. The heart is destroyed, and every time I see this trope, I am legally obliged. I signed a contract with myself, a legally binding contract, to mention that I fucking hate the trope of giving the villain the defeated villain a chance to talk, go take a shower, go grab some takeout food, eat it, watch a season of some show on Netflix, come back, spell out his plan in its entirety, and then do something that foils the plans of our heroes. Fucking hate this trope. Why are they giving him the time of day? Shoot him, stab him, slap him, smash him, eat him, burn him, freeze him, electrocute him, something, anything. Something, anything. Rage shield. But he cannot use it against someone he doesn't genuinely hate. That is. I wanted to say it's an interesting limitation, but is it a limitation? How often does Naofumi use his rage shield against someone he doesn't hate? Against an opponent he doesn't hate, right? How often does that happen? This is the first, and I can't imagine many more situations like that happening. But also, no one said that he has to use this shield to kill Ost. Maybe just a stab in the heart would be enough, right? Maybe just a slit throat. Maybe, I don't know, maybe Philo could eat her or something. Also, he's just laughing and nobody does anything about him. Spirit Tortoise Heart Shield has been force unlocked. Of course, she was able to force unlock shield. He's got another power up, and I really thought that Naofumi is gonna enter some Gundam form. That those are gonna be like his legs, that his feet are gonna move into it, and he'll earn like a brand new armor essentially, kind of like the dragon armor, but the tortoise armor. That also. Oh, that's an interesting thought. I wonder if they're gonna explore it or not. Armors. Right? Now Fumi can use the dragon armor when shit hits the fan. Is it possible that he can use other armors? I mean, armor is really just a bunch of shields you wear on your body. If so, I don't think it's gonna be explored in this season. I don't think it's gonna be. Maybe it's gonna be explored in season 3. I don't know, but I wanna say let me know if he's ever gonna get like magic armors or not. But at the same time, if it's a spoiler for like season 2 or 3, I don't want to tell you to tell me. I guess I'm gonna leave it at your discretion. Assuming we're gonna have like 2 arcs in season 2 and maybe 2 arcs in season 3, plus 1 arc just as a safeguard. Within, if Naofumi gets a magic armor within the next 6 arcs, don't say anything. If he gets magic armor later, tell me, because I'm curious. If he never gets a magic armor, don't say anything. How about that? I think that would leave me mostly spoiler free. I think that's a good compromise, but I'm gonna leave it at your discretion. But it's not an armor, it's not a Gundam, it's a turret. Naofumi the engineer. Get a smack it couple of times with a wrench to upgrade it. And boom. Chromatic blast. It's a very interesting shape of the projectile. I like it. It's not like a straight beam, it's a bubble essentially that later converges in. I like it. I really like the effect of the tortoise heart shield. I really do. And it's blown up. So ruined all my hard work? No, I succeeded in my goal. I have my souls. And I'm talking. 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 I'm talking a lot. You can do something, but you aren't doing anything. I'm still talking. I'm constantly talking a lot and staying here in place. Oh boy, am I gonna escape? Am I gonna escape? Or am I not gonna escape? Am I gonna escape? Oh, I'm gonna escape. Oh, you gonna do something? We're playing chicken here. You gonna move or am I gonna move? Who's gonna do it? Oh, I'm gone. And he's gone. Oh no, he's gone! If only we could have done something to stop him. If only we could do something about it. Alas, we were powerless to stop him. No one can challenge a book dude when he's talking. It's the power of books. Words give him immunity. You weren't swallowed up by rage and sorrow. That's why the spirit tortoise's heart shield was unlocked. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought you unlocked it? You, like, force unlocked it? Maybe you were able to force unlock it only because Naofumi's heart is so pure or something. You don't need to use the rage shield. Well, now that's become a non-factor. It's connected to our world, but it's about to close. We will defeat Kyo and bring the souls back to this world. Huh. Ha. So now we're going for an adventure in another world. Interesting. Interesting. What do I want to talk about here first? Because there's so many things I want to talk about here. First of all, the tortoise heart shield. I wonder if it's really gonna render the rage shield obsolete. If so, then that would be. Not sure if I would be much of a fan of it. Because the rage shield still has limitations, right? It's all powerful, but it still has limitations. Right? Naofumi can't really. I mean, I wanted to say that he can't use it offensively, but he can, like Iron Maiden and the Blood Dragon and whatnot. But the early, like, idea of the Rage Shield was that someone hits the shield and they get burned, right? So it was kinda sorta defensive weapon. That was one of its limitations. Another limitation was that Naofumi has to become enraged to use it, but now apparently he can just summon it just like that. I think someone explained it to me in comments to one of the videos. Did it have something to do with Vittoria casting some mambo jumbo magic on his shield that he's able to use it willy-nilly? I'm not sure. Well, that limitation is gone. We were introduced to a new limitation that he only can use it against people he hates. But how often does he fight someone he doesn't hate? There is the limitation that when he finishes using it, he's very, worn down, worn out. But that's also kind of become a non-issue. There was the limitation of Raphtalia having to snap him out of it, but that's also become a non-issue. And now he gets a turret shield that has none of those limitations, at least far as we know, and is basically purely offensive. It's a turret. It's an artillery emplacement. So now any pretense of Naofumi being defensive is completely and utterly gone. If it wasn't already, now it's completely gone. Now he has a turret. Nobody has any right to say that the gimmick of this series is that the main hero uses a shield. He uses a fucking turret! How long until he gets a sword shield? Wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me if he gets a sword shield, or a gun shield, or an axe shield, or something like that. It's technically a shield, but it's shaped like an axe. That also kind of ties into an idea I had before, like after season 1. What defines a shield? If you make it and say it's a shield, does it make a shield? Does the shape make a shield? Does the primary use make a shield? Because we know that Naofumi can touch any sort of shield, and his shield now can take form of that shield. What if someone forges him a shield, like a kite shield, but with the pointy end facing forward, that's sharp, and he grabs the shape of it, and now he has essentially a katana? Would that be allowed? It's a shield, it was made as a shield, its primary purpose is a shield, but it has a stabby edge. Interesting. I wonder if they ever explore it. It's connected to our world, but it's about to close. Forbidden action. The four cardinal heroes cannot invade another world. Why is Glass and the gang able to invade this world then? Are they not cardinal heroes? Can other heroes invade other worlds? Could the 7-star heroes invade another world? Or are the Glass and her friends special somehow? Did they also get a special privilege? The way Naofumi now got special privilege from Ost. Let's go. Our comrade is asking to... If I'm ever reborn, this time I want to truly be their comrade. Their comrade. I pray that there will be joy. That there be joy. And she gets Thanos. And the tortoise gets Thanos. And now there is a meadow. And I'm assuming those golden lights are all the souls that are being freed from the tortoise. And I don't think it's the last we see of Ost. I really don't think it's the last we see of Ost. I really think Naofumi will eventually be able to summon her through the tortoise shield. Somehow. Not sure how exactly, but I have the feeling that she will join the party as Naofumi's familiar. Or maybe, if she's not a permanent addition to his party, he'll be able to summon her when needed. I really don't think it's the last we see of Ost. If we do, then I have to take up an issue with this series. Why are we killing protagonist characters and not killing the evil guys? Bit of a double standard, isn't it? Oh boy, it's already well over an hour, but I guess that only speaks to how uncharacteristically, I guess, good this episode was. Probably the best so far in season 2. Yeah, like hands down. The fact that Vitoria was 2D, the fact that the tortoise was 2D, Rishia's awakening, and the Rishia deciding. That's one thing that I didn't like skip to for some reason. Rishia deciding to go with them. Naofumi says, "Hey, you stay with Itsuki." No, I'm your comrade. I'm going with you. You're not getting rid of me this easily. Rishia really underwent a big change, and I like it. I like it. I hope she doesn't regress whenever she meets Itsuki and he's not incapacitated. I hope she doesn't relapse. I hope she stays in Naofumi's party. I really, really, really do. What else interesting about this episode? Ost, which I have full belief that she will return. The tortoise shield, that's a turret now, and I think that now Fumi will be able to use the tortoise shield to summon Ost somehow. I don't know any specifics of it, but somehow he will be able to. Um, if Ost is truly dead, then as I mentioned, I know that the death of the villain of the twirly mustache fat dude was that he actually was killed by Raphtalia in the source material. It's just the anime changed it so that he didn't die. I mean, he died later, but not through Raphtalia's hands. In this case, though, I can't say that it's like an anime change because they are going after the Book Dude. The Book Dude escaped, and the next arc seems to be a chase after him. So it's purely on the source material that he didn't die, even though everybody had an ample time to get rid of him. That's probably like the only issue I had with this episode. Yeah, that's the only issue. That they did they pulled a Sabiku Ibisco here, and everybody suddenly got one collective brain cell and didn't act against him because Risha didn't kill him, because Naofumi didn't kill him, because Lark 3's Glass didn't kill him, because he had to escape, because the story demands so. Reminds me of Ver from Symphogear in that regard. He escapes and he gets away scot-free with his crimes because the story demands that he sticks around, and for absolutely no other reason. If the main characters were any shade of competent, he would already be sleeping with the fishes, but they aren't. Or rather, they temporarily lose their competence whenever in presence of the villain. It's how it is. I'm kinda hyped for the next episode when they're gonna visit the other world. What's it gonna be, I wonder? I hope, I sincerely hope they're gonna go for something more imaginative than this world exactly, but it's another world. I hope they're gonna go for, I mean, something, anything, mushroom forests, make the grass red, make the sky green, something, something that tells me it's another world. Maybe not even like this this strong imagery of different color sky or grass, but I don't know, different architecture at least. You know, something that will tell me that it's another world, besides the title being Adventures in Another World. That's something that very often irks me about sci fi media and fantasy media, that it's just this world. but not even but. It's just this world. It's a fantasy land that has 2 suns and 17 moons, but somehow Pine is still growing, and it's called Pine. Now I know that you can eventually go way overboard with it, and if it's another world, do they have the same expressions, right? When pigs fly, do they? Can I say something like that? Do they have pigs, or is it called something else? Do they now have saying, if blargbargs fly, because they don't have pigs, they have blarbargs, right? You can continue going into very deep end when you try to find a unique everything, but it's good to see. It's good to have at least something that distinguishes that other world. Very simple example: glowing mushrooms. We don't really have glowing mushrooms in this world, so whenever there is a land with glowing mushrooms, even though it's a pine forest, but it has glowing mushrooms, so it has to be another world, right? At least something, small little accents. I very much would like to see that. Although the name An Endless Labyrinth or whatever uh, suggests we might not necessarily see the other world fully in its full potential, in its full shape in the next episode quite yet. Maybe the Endless Labyrinth is some interdimensional labyrinth that they're gonna have to go through to get to the other world. Maybe they're gonna land in a labyrinth. Maybe they're gonna land in another world, but then they're gonna have to head to the labyrinth. I'm not entirely sure. I'm certainly curious. That's one thing I'm sure about. I'm very, very, very curious about the next episode. That's probably the first time in this season that I'm curious about the next episode. Because I'm a sucker for world building. I'm a sucker for like multi-world scenarios, for interdimensional travel and whatnot. Are they gonna meet Cthulhu on the way? I don't know. It's possible. Will they? Probably not. Would it be cool? Probably yes. Okay, an hour 22. Time to wrap it up. So you guys, you tell me down in the comments, what did you think of this episode, of my reaction, of my theories? Just keep it spoiler free, please. Whether it's a good show or bad show, doesn't matter. It doesn't deserve spoilers. I don't deserve spoilers. I don't want to be spoiled. I want to experience it entirely myself and form my own opinion based on what I'm seeing, not on spoilers from the future. Like this video if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it, but tell me why so I can improve. Subscribe to the channel to be notified of future releases, not only Shield Hero but also Virgin Road, Skeletonite in Another World, Spy X Family, Symphogear G, and Review Starlight. Those two last shows are non-seasonals, and that means you can get early access to them on my Patreon, which you can find a link to down in the description as well. For $10 you get early access to episodes of non-seasonals that I mentioned, and for just $1 you get access to a special channel on my Discord server where I post some sneak peeks and bloopers and notifications and stuff like that, and you also get a place in the credits that will gonna be rolling very, very soon. Join my Discord, I already said that. Share the video with other people, because that's one of the best ways you can support the channel, by spreading the word. The more people watch my content, the better it is, because the bigger the potential that someone's gonna give me some money. And because I want to spread my content to everybody, of course. I mean, that's the dream of every single content creator out there, for their content to be seen, to be witnessed. Why else would I be doing what I'm doing if not to share it with you, right? I think that's all I needed to say. So, as always, you guys do all the good stuff, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Cheers. And here's the credits I mentioned. You don't need $10, just $1 or $5 or whatever amount of money is enough to be here